Congratulations on your admit to ISB PGP and IIM Ahmedabad PGPX as well.
Thank you, ma'am. It was all because of you, your help.
That's a great result. You have both the schools and you have the option of making a choice. So we want to hear all about your journey and your background. You have a very unique background, and I would like you to talk about where you are coming from and how the MBA has just fit into the scheme of things.
So basically, just to introduce myself, I'm Srinjoy. So I'm currently working in ONGC as a senior geologist. So I have done my Bachelor of Science from Presidency University, Kolkata, in geology. And then I went to do my MSc from IIT Bombay in Applied Geology. So I completed my post-graduation in 2017 and immediately I gave the GATE exam. I secured a good rank in my paper and I got into ONGC in 2017 itself. So there I was posted in the oil exploration division in the southern region headquarter like Krishna Godavari Basin. So I used to look after some of the areas in the Andhra Pradesh coastal region and offshore where I can find oil in the subsurface. So what I had to do was basically analyze subsurface data like well logs and seismic and find out where we can drill next. Where we can make a new discovery in the subsurface. So that was most of the part of my work experience, and also I went to like field visits, and also I saw the operational geology as well as the engineering drilling activities. So basically, that's my work experience of around 7 years. So after in the 6th year of my work experience, like in the last year, I started thinking that okay, I have studied geology, I have done my MSc, and I am doing good in the oil industry. Now I've found that since last year, I found that yeah, the energy domain is really getting a very diverse shift towards renewables and other forms of energies also, like geothermal, hydrogen exploration, lithium exploration. So all those things made me realize that yes, maybe I need to diverse my domain also. That is, I cannot be a specialist in a particular domain like oil industry. So that's why I thought that maybe a good idea on the overall business administration will be good for me in the long run. As I aim to shift towards energy consultants in the long run, let's see how it turns out. So yes, that's why I started preparing for GMAT exam, and I prepared for the Focus Edition for around 6-7 months. I started my preparation in 2023. Then I gave the GMAT Focus in the month of June 2024 and started my college application.
Your profile is the most unlikely profile that we would actually see in the MBA class. So tell us more about the challenges that you faced, you think that are important to look at and work at when you're preparing your MBA applications.
Most of the school, they look for a diverse background people also. Like no doubt, mainstream engineering applications are in a huge amount. They apply every year. In the huge around 60 to 70% of applications are mostly from engineering background, but also nonetheless that many other like other background people also apply. And yes, the admission committee, they also evaluate your profile, and if they find out you have a diverse background, so obviously at some point you might feel that you have an edge, but there are some challenges also. The main challenge I found during my application is the way you have to portray yourself about your work experience. If you are from engineering background, maybe people will understand that okay, this is the kind of work you do, this is your profile. But with my work experience and my background, I found it a bit challenging to make people understand that what I exactly do. So that is the main thing. So what we need to do is, if you're coming from a diverse background, like from science background or maybe arts background, you have to keep at the tip of your fingers the work experience and what you do. You have to have a clear idea about that. And of course, they will ask about your work experience only in the interviews and in your application also. So while farming up your application, you have to strategize that what are the key points you need to highlight about your work experience and about your background. Like it should go in sync. I also took help of Shruti madam, so she only instructed me that these are the things I need to bring out. I have to be in a more generalized way. I have to bring out my application and tell to the admission committee that why I'm a good fit as an MBA candidate.
The challenge is that you do stand out, but you also have to fit in and you have to find
Yes.
that route of how you fit into it, into the things.
Yes, in some of the colleges where I applied, there also they asked that how will I contribute to the class as a whole? What are the key things that I know and how can I contribute? So yes, the fitment factor is also there, ma'am.
And what would be your tips and suggestions for the people who are planning to apply for the next year cycle? Anything on the timing of applications or the process of how they should go about it?
You need to plan way before on how you should apply and the timing. That is, you have to keep the timelines in mind. If you are planning to apply for the next year cycle, you should be over with your GMAT by April. Then you will get an ample amount of time to apply for round one. Strategize your applications, like you can finalize the application, get your essays. You should keep 3-4 months in hand while applying for the colleges. So you have to keep in your mind that the timeline is very important, and you should keep everything ready with you while applying with the colleges. So that is why I should say maybe keep 6-7 months separate for the GMAT and the entire application process. I applied for round one in most of the colleges, and I would suggest that you also do the same, applying for round one, because it will
Yes,
give you
round
ample
two.
amount of time.
Plus, round two and round three becomes very hectic as well as uncertain. Things are very, very uncertain and very competitive now. It is better to apply in round one so that you have a clean slate.
And also, you need to plan way before about everything, about which schools you will apply. If you want to take any help from any admission guidance, you should plan beforehand. Like you cannot plan like 1 week before the submission deadline that okay, I want to submit to this college. Then it will be very hectic and challenging to formulate the essays, submit your application properly.
Yes, I remember we started at least 2 months in advance.
After I gave the GMAT, I contacted you in the month of July.
July.
So September was the deadline for ISB. Yes, man, 2 months advance. We start. For the entire application process, we should not only focus on the GMAT score. No doubt, if you have a good score, you have a very good chance of getting a scholarship. But you should also focus on other like your profile. Your profile is one of the most important. So how you will reflect these things in your profile? Your CV. So your CV should be crystal clear, and it should not be very clumsy with many other facts. With the applications, you have to be very honest. From day one itself, when I contacted Shruti ma'am, she was upfront honest. Like I told her that my GMAT score is this, my background is this. She did not give me any rosy pictures that, okay, you can apply for maybe Stanford and all those things. She was very realistic. So you have to be very realistic also with your application, like your profile, your score. And then comes the something like people neglect and people keep for using chat GPTs in the last week. That is not the case. It can improve your grammar, but the content, it cannot provide you a good content. It will provide you a generic content. One of the most important in a school application. These three things are the main keys to your application. And then lastly, I would say the interview. So interview is basically work experience based. So if you keep your work experience at the tip of your fingers, there will be no problem cracking those interviews.
Yes, that's very valuable advice. To people who are starting off now, there are so many options and so many things to manage at the same time. I think you've given them a very good, clear direction how to take up
Yes,
things.
ma'am.
Great.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you,
so
ma'am.
much, Sanjoy. Thank you for taking out the time on a Saturday.
No,
And
thank you, ma'am. I want to
enjoy
thank
your
you
week.
also. Thank you, ma'am. I also want to thank you for all the help you have given me regarding the application. And you were quite upfront and honest with the application. And we also went into much of the detail about the essays, many iterations we did together. So yes, it was really fruitful for me. I learned a lot of things, and I hope in the future also we stay in touch.
Absolutely.